the Jacksonville Jaguars with one of the biggest wins that franchise has had in a while, and they continue the spiral of the Kansas City Chiefs. So it begs the question, are the Jags for real? Monday Night Football sees Jacksonville with a late come-from-behind win to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And now, begging the question, is Jacksonville for real? We're going to get to the power rankings here in a little bit on the stream, and for those watching after, it's going to be a video that should be posted around the same time as this one, so keep an eye out for that. But, I mean, hey, make sure you subscribe so you know when all the videos are coming. But I think the answer on is Jacksonville for real is very much the always popular fence sitting of, well, kinda. They are as for real as they have been in a very long time. Like, that was exactly what you pictured for Trevor Lawrence when he was drafted first overall by Jacksonville many, many moons ago. He was the leader of that team, and things are going crazy in the fourth quarter, and snaps are getting dropped, and he's running around, and he's breaking tackles, and he's making plays, and he's throwing the ball up downfield, and he's allowing his receivers to go up and make some big-time plays as well. Everything about this was what you were expecting from Trevor Lawrence, and it's one thing to do this against Carolina and Cincinnati and the teams in the AFC South, but it's another to do this against the Chiefs, who admittedly have not looked like the Chiefs this season, but still, that defense is good. And to do that against that defense, that's the moment that this franchise and this fan base has been waiting for a really long time, with a kid who they drafted first overall and was supposed to be the difference maker with this organization for a really long time. So I think that there is a lot to be excited about for Jacksonville right now. I don't know how you don't get excited about what this team is putting together. And it's not just Trevor Lawrence looking like the franchise quarterback you wanted him to be, but it is also the receiving room coming up with some big moments as well, with Brian Thomas Jr. having a couple of flashes there. Travis Henry with the closest thing to a breakout game he would have. And it's funny, I wasn't able to watch this game live, but kind of following along on social media and seeing, oh my God, Travis Hunter did this. Oh my God, Travis Hunter did that. And so going to the fantasy football app and seeing what I was expecting to see a monster day, and it's still 7 points. That's still going to come, but you can see now where this offense can get very dangerous. And you can see now where this offense can get a little bit creative with Cohen as the offensive coordinator. And so that was something I was sure that Cohen was going to provide a more of an offensive spark for Jacksonville. I just didn't think they had the dogs around it to do that. But they've been able to now for a few weeks. And you combine that with the defense, that looks solid. They were able to get in Mahomes' face, and if nothing else, they made Mahomes, on plays where Mahomes wasn't pressured, he still felt like he was pressured. And that is a fantastic sign for a defense. So they look real. And I still would buy them over Indianapolis in that division right now. And they are probably a team I wouldn't want to play when it comes to playoff time. Seeing Evan Gittleman in the chat asking a couple fantasy football questions, I will absolutely answer those in a second, Evan. So just wanting to help you out, but want to get to finishing this talk first, and then we'll get to the fantasy football stuff here in just a little bit. But everyone else, get your fantasy football comments in on the chat, or if you're watching after, down in the comments. For the Chiefs, I still think offensively it looked better. I do still think that after this week, when Rashee Rice is done, this is a good offense. I still think, like, Mahomes, I have had no problems with any plays that Mahomes has made. I'm sure I could go through and pick out a couple, actually. But anyone who has been suggesting that Mahomes has been the problem in Kansas City this season is just not watching. He has looked like Superman again this year. Again, the pressure for Jacksonville, I think sometimes created the illusion of pressure. And so that throw off the back foot at the goal line that leads to the pick six, that's not a throw that should happen. But aside from that, he has been very, very good with, I think, pretty limited options. And I do like that he is trusting those options more down the field. And I was thinking about it watching this game. Like, they they have built a receiving room based on trying to, like, they've taken a lot of shots at trying to find the next Tyreek Hill, football-wise. But then all you have now is a bunch of kind of speed guys who aren't going to get open in the ways that teams are allowing you to do. So they have created this weird offensive game plan where they're not taking the big shots, but they keep bringing in big shot guys to try to find that one who can get that going for them. And so I think Rice, again, coming in, will just settle everything down for this team and for this offense. But defensively, this is a bit of, not to blame the defense. The defense has been the thing that has kept them in these games. But it is a bit of a concern to give up 28 points like that to Jacksonville. This is supposed to be the strength of this team, and it has been, and it's not, no excuses. But this is a bit of a okay. So again, I still think Kansas City is going to be fine. I was saying going into the year, they're going to be okay once Rice comes back. So I'm not going to lose my mind if, now 2-4 is a bit of a hole to dig out of, but Chargers aren't pulling away. They've lost a couple games in a row now. The Broncos are winning football games, and that was a good win for them on Sunday against Philadelphia, but no one has ran away with this thing yet in the AFC West, so they are still going to be right there. Are they going to play Wild Card Weekend? Probably. But is this still a playoff team? I absolutely believe that this is still a playoff team in the AFC. But this was an eye-opening performance on a couple of different levels. And very interested to see now how Jacksonville builds off of this. Do we get more Travis Hunter in the offense? That's an old reference. And for Kansas City, what's the counterpunch now? Because you have a very difficult opponent coming up in the Detroit Lions this week. So we will see. But what do you guys think? Jacksonville for real? Are we buying the Jags now? Let me know in the comments or in the chat if you are watching live.